You won't believe what this Fani Willis prosecutor just did. Now, you would think that nothing would surprise us now, seeing how Fani Willis carried herself in court and how she's pretty much stepped all over Judge Scott McAfee and Donald Trump's election interference case, and how she's disrespected the justice system in Georgia by saying that she doesn't need to reclaim her reputation. This was after it was proven that she and former lead prosecutor Nathan Wade lied under oath. With the footage that I'm about to show you guys, you're going to see that her office and members of her team, they follow Willis's demeanor when it comes to the courtroom. Now, what you're going to be seeing is a heated argument between Chief Deputy District Attorney Adriane Love and Fulton County Judge Ural Glanville. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit better in detail later on in this video, but this is the trial of rapper named Young Thug. The discussion circles around evidence that the judge has now excluded from the case. But it is a little bit lengthy, so I wanted to give you guys a quick heads up on that. But I want you to notice how the intensity dials up from 1 to 10 very quickly. Now, before I share this clip with you guys, all I ask is that you guys hit the like button for the video. I totally appreciate you guys. And I want to thank you so much for always sharing these videos on Facebook and Twitter. You guys are absolutely amazing. Now watch this.
Did you have discussions with Mr. Sharp?
Madam? We did have discussions.
When?
Well, this morning. When you brought
That's too late. The evidence is excluded. The evidence is excluded. I'm going to exclude because I told you that this was going to happen.
we reached out to them.
No. We're excluding that,
Your Honor.
and I'm going to exclude the PowerPoint that you all submit. Well, you're not going to wholesale introduce it.
We had no intention. Your Honor,
All right.
let me just be real clear. We did not intend to introduce that PowerPoint today. I have personally reached out via telephone and called at least 2 members of the defense team and asked them to call me back. And I would like
But
to
you all should not be identifying this stuff the moment of trial while the jury's sitting in a box. And this is the last. I am not gonna tolerate this any further. If you don't get together with your colleagues and flag issues and resolve them promptly, and if I have to take them up, remember, I can exclude them. We'll work the weekends, or we'll do a combination of both. So this time, I'm gonna exclude those 2 sections.
Your Honor, Mr. Atkins, he confronted this witness with those sections. I last week let them know that we were introducing that.
If the exhibit's not ready and you haven't made, and you,
It's ready.
no, well, Mr. Sharp's got objections to it.
But Judge, Mr. Sharp can get in and have our evidence excluded every day that he makes an objection
No.
at midnight, and then comes in and says.
Well, then you all should have gotten your stuff together before then. Some in our juries, please. Some in our juries. Have a seat, madam. Have a seat. You better exclude that, and next time, make sure you're prepared.
Judge,
Make sure you're prepared next time. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm just not. We are starting right now. It's 1:20.
we
So
have talked to them. We have said we don't agree.
then
with
file a
that.
motion and get it before me, and we'll take it up. Both of you all have equally responsibility
It is
to
not
do that.
inadmissible. The information they are seeking.
Oh, it's gonna be inadmissible right now.
I'm saying, Judge, that you said to file a motion. There's nothing.
I'm not gonna have any more discussion about this, madam. I'm not.
We talked to them this morning
I don't.
about that.
Well, you know what?
And I attempted to try to talk to them earlier this week.
Well, then that's
Out.
why we have to.
Your Honor, so the court punishes the state because the defense.
I'm not punishing anybody, but but prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Be prepared, Judge. That's why I sent them what I sent them last week. A whole week and a half ago, 2 weeks, Your
I'm
Honor.
not- well-
And I have asked, I have said, I would like to discuss.
Our jury's coming in, madam. Our jury's coming in. Have a seat.
Now, again, I want to point out that this happened in court, guys. So the jury was about to come in and this prosecutor from Fani Willis's office was yelling at the judge. Now, do any of you think that this is the type of behavior that's acceptable in court? Because many critics of Fani Willis find it downright disrespectful. And I'm really surprised the judge didn't haul her off to jail. And you have to remember that this is the chief deputy district attorney. The judge even asked why this evidence wasn't filed months in advance when they could have discussed it beforehand. And now she's saying that she sent it to the defense team 2 weeks prior to the trial. Many experts believe that this demeanor and this attitude isn't set to just Love or Willis. Many believe that Willis's office is filled with people who have the exact same mentality as those folks when it comes to our justice system. There are those who say that this particular prosecutor should be held in contempt. And to be frank, it's kind of hard to imagine one of Donald Trump's lawyers getting into it with Judge Scott McAfee or Judge Juan Merchan. They'd be sent off to jail within the day. And notice how Love referred to the judge's ruling as punishment, which means that anything that goes against what they want is considered a punishment, even though this judge is going by the book. But no, the prosecutor argued with the judge for more than 3 minutes. There are those who say that Fulton County is just so focused on Donald Trump that they forget that they have trials that are centered around the violence that is happening in their own area. Much like how DA Alvin Bragg has been zeroed in on Donald Trump. Meanwhile, crime is running rampant in New York City. Now, the actions from the office of Fani Willis, it has not gone unnoticed. In fact, the judge who's overseeing the case even warned them of their conduct. He said that none of these prosecutors would do this if they were in the United States District Court. He added that his colleagues in federal court would probably jail most of them, and for those who have practiced in federal court, this is not the way it goes. From the state's perspective, as well as from the defense's perspective, everything's filed in advance. And so this is why it's so questionable as to why they're acting like this in the courtroom. Critics went ahead and called them out and basically said that this was extremely disrespectful to Fulton County and to its residents. Now, with all that being said, I want to prove to you how classy Fani Willis's office is, in a very sarcastic way, of course. Now, just a few weeks ago, it's come out that an investigator from Fani Willis's office hit on a witness while working on a case. Now, this is the kind of stuff that you would think people are just making up, but it's absolutely true. A county investigator named Hamilton was said to have sent text messages to a witness. One message read, "Hit me up if you're bored later. We're not going to talk shop." Now, do any of you guys think that this was appropriate? This has led to even more criticism of the DA's office, and it shows just how unprofessional they can be towards other people, even those who entered a courtroom as witnesses.
All right. So on Wednesday, February the 7th, at about 5:48 p.m., he sent you a text message, this investigator for the DA's office, saying, "Call me one more time, then I'm out your hair for the night." You remember that?
Yes.
Now, how about the next one? That same night, Wednesday, February 7th, 6:45 p.m., where he says, "Hit me up if you're bored later. We're not going to talk shop." Remember that text message?
Yes.
Did you talk to him later on?
Yes.
Did y'all talk shop?
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Going out.
Going out? Going out as in walking out the door, or going out on a date?
A day.
And this is February 7th of 2024, this year, when the investigator for the DA's office is supposed to be talking to you about a case, but in fact is calling you, talking to you about going out on a date. Is that true?
Yes.
Others claim that this is harassment and that they should absolutely be stopped. Now, the question is, will Fani Willis do anything about it, even though she herself has had some questionable decisions when it comes to romance? Now, as always, I'm going to go ahead and leave the judgment to you guys. You can decide what you think is right here. I'm going to do my best to keep you guys informed. Before I go, appreciate you guys hitting the like button. Thank you so much for sharing these videos on Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.